Welcome to Albums of a Year. Today we're going to be doing a live reaction. Well, it's not really live, but we're going to be doing a reaction to Time Skiffs by Animal Collective.
Yeah, they released on February 4, 2022, and we're both pretty excited to listen to it. It's one of Riley's favorite bands.
Yeah, they released a few singles. I've only listened to Prester John, though I have listened to it a lot. But I didn't want to spoil too much of the album for myself. And so now I'm very hyped to finally get into it.
Yeah, I've listened to Prester John before as well, so I guess it's not completely blind.
Well, okay, based on that one song, what are your predictions of the sound for this?
I'm thinking it's going to be a lot more accessible than the kind of the majority of their work, probably more in line with from what I know Painting With sounds like, and what of course Meriwether Post Pavilion sounds like.
Yeah.
So a little more stripped down.
Do you remember what that album was they released that was underwater seascapes? It had reef in the name or something.
Tangerine Reef.
Is that what it's called? I've listened to that one a bit, though the visuals of it make me nauseous. But
Yeah.
Though I have watched the
very trippy.
Very trippy. And I feel like this is going to have a lot more of that kind of sound, a lot more of a garbled, almost lo-fi kind of production to it, just based on Prester John, but also have kind of those poppy elements with the vocals, almost in the style of almost Panda Bear's solo stuff, which is a lot more vocal based, a lot more ambient, a lot more kind of stripped down. I guess you call it ambient pop or experimental pop.
For sure.
Which I'm excited. I really do like that sound, even though it's very different than, I guess, what I'd call peak Animal Collective, which is Feels era.
Yeah, I think that's more of the A.V. Terror influence on their sound. He goes for the more chaotic kind of instrumental.
Yeah.
Okay, let's begin. What's track 1 called?
Dragon Slayer.
All right.
I feel like they've used a similar chord progression to this in Centipede Hurts.
Change up.
Kind of get the time signature here. I feel like they're just accentuating different notes when it's 4/4.
It doesn't seem 4/4 to me. Something's going on there. This part's great. This is just 4/4.
This is 4/4.
But the change up was different.
The change up was different.
I don't know what yet. I'd have to re-listen to that part. I just love the main riff there. It's so cool. Calm.
Yeah.
Really low.
Yeah. I think it's 6/8 right here, and yet they're doing 4/4 with their vocals at the same time. Wow.
It's a really cool opener. It was very hypnotic.
Yeah, very.
Very subdued in its sound. It was underwater feeling. It was really cool.
But at the same time, where Tangerine Reef was very kind of minimal, this was very in your face, complex.
There's a lot of really cool layering going on there.
Mm-hmm.
I like the harmonies on the vocals. They're really interesting. Very, very nice depth of sound to this song.
Wow.
Cool start.
Okay. Very nice. Track 2 is Car Keys.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm going to give the first song a like.
Some kind of scratching. Oh.
Sounds like they have marimba or xylophone and then synth, and they're
Definitely a 6/8.
6/8 time. Also, I think that, I don't know, this reminds me of King Gizzard's newest album, which I guess they're both psychedelia, but
yeah,
this is definitely King Gizzard's. They have a groove that's based on a synth. This is more complex.
That marimba instrument is so cool.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Also that that sample of that very arcade kind of thing, and also in a different key signature than everything else, which is just really interesting.
That's true, but it somehow works.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost more rhythmic than it is melodic. So
yeah, it's sparkle. Classic harmonies. I love it. Very Beach Boys.
It sounds like Panda Bear right there.
Yes. I'm definitely getting the collage, like the album cover, the collage kind of thing. A bunch of different kind of sounds somehow working together, even though they shouldn't. Very interesting.
This kind of springy sound to this almost reminds me of the Line in a Coma track from Meriwether Post Pavilion. This would be great to listen with headphones. I'm gonna definitely have to listen to this with headphones
Yeah.
after. It's like this part would be so psychedelic.
It's like tin pans or something. Like
Yeah,
very metallic.
or like wind chimes.
Yes. This is super psychedelic.
I just like this like extended instrumental passage. It's perfect for the song.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of soak in it.
I also love like the ambient. It's very subtle, but like very actually very feels-esque. With more of the ambient section of the album.
Is this the end of the song? That's the end of the song. That song just went by like nothing.
Yeah, that was so. Oh, car keys. Probably it's called that because those are like car key sounds kind of that they're using for the metallic things. You might be dropping car keys into a metal bowl. Like
this band would do that.
Okay.
That was a really cool song. I like that more than the first one. But like it's close. Like they're both really good.
I like the first one better. I feel like this one's more experimental for sure. Their instrumentation, very, very diverse.
Yeah.
And also just the use of like samples and such made it definitely weirder than the first one.
And I like the vocals more too. I kind of like when there's more of the interplay between both vocalists than just all A.V. Terror, which was the first track. But
I felt the melody in the first track was very strong. So yeah, I still like that.
that's fair. Yeah. So far though, album's been off to a great start.
Yeah, what the heck. Next track, we got Prester John. Also a 6.5 minute track.
I just love the groove on this track. It's really cool.
The instrumentation, I guess, here reminds me almost of No More Running. I love the harmonies here. They're like built on fourths, like the fourth down. Just so cool.
They're always so good at harmonizing.
I love that, how they take away the upper vocal and so it completely like it's like, oh, this is in the wrong key now, but it was in the right key with the original
It was just
harmony.
It was the harmony, right? Not the melody. So
It's really cool.
kind of weird on its own. Plus, they took away the entire instrumental for that part, leaving you kind of hanging.
It's a very cool lyric.
I'm impressed with the title anyway. Time Skiffs.
Oh,
That bass line.
yeah. And sparkly synth.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Kind of like an organ sounding synth.
It's yeah, it's totally sparkling. Little firework explosion there in the left channel.
The lyric here, as I already told you, is like talking about Prester John, who is like this figure of like great authority and had the bottomless treasuries and like the strongest army and all of this. It's like hyped figure in kind of European mythology in the 12th century or something. And historians have looked into it and found, okay, this kind of figure didn't actually exist, or very likely didn't exist, and was actually just drawing together a bunch of like ideals for a leader and then just kind of creating mythology, which is really interesting. And so now it's like the song's talking about how that figure, the symbol of it, is breaking down as people realize that it wasn't real. Very interesting. I love how they bring in the original melody and interlace it in. In this track, there's actually just like a 1.5 minute ambient part. It's very strange. It kind of reminds me of Supersymmetry's last bit.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't remember that the song was 6.5 minutes. Whoa. So trippy. The thing with Animal Collective is like, I almost never know what I'm actually hearing. Like, what instruments are being played, if there even are instruments. Like, it's always like manipulated so far.
Yeah, that was a very cool track.
Yeah, I mean, in context, totally fits the vibe. I think it's more simple than the other two.
Yes.
More stripped back, but definitely my favorite so far, honestly.
I fell in love with that song before the album. I cannot make an opinion about it now. In the context of the album, it's like, this is just as good as the other one. It's like, okay.
Strung with Everything, track 4.
This one's 7 minutes long.
Oh wow, so that's the longest track so far. Every track has like just gone by in a wink though. Like they've all been so interesting.
Yeah.
Really, it has this like sense of falling.
Yeah. It really does remind me of, like, often when I'm meditating and stuff, I'll throw on like an 80s new age ambient music playlist, and this definitely reminds me of that. Some kind of surf rock.
I mean, Animal Collective, honestly, it sometimes does feel like surf rock music on acid, you know?
Yeah.
Oh! Alright.
This is very psych rock with the, I think it's a sitar.
It is a sitar. Awesome. Do they have sitar in any of the other songs?
Probably a few subtly.
Yeah, because I don't remember it.
I love the rhythm here. The energy is just so fun.
It's very driving.
Yeah.
What's going on here? There's just so much like going on, like in the background. It sounds like water rushing or something. Yeah, this has the most like surf rock feel for sure. Like you're right on the edge of the coast as the waves are rushing by, beside some kind of like coconut tree.
The lyrics, like the rhythmic aspect of the lyrics, is just so funny. It's just what's going on.
There's almost like a part A, part B structure that we're in here, right? This part's the part B.
It kind of reminds me of like Santa B Hertz, like Amanita, kind of.
Yeah.
Actually, almost like some tones too, and how loose it is. Like it feels very loose.
Yeah, but some tones doesn't usually have this much going on in
No.
instrumental.
No. This is not a new song. Okay.
No.
It's like a bridge, yes. I love this.
This song has had the most progression so far. Like, we're not where we started at all. Okay, the dynamics.
Dynamic,
Really
dynamic
coming
range.
down here.
I love that, like big and then just nothing, and then
Nice.
this is like a party. Like it's
Yeah.
so good.
I love the drums. They sound so like live.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like snare there.
Wow, that went by so fast.
That was a really cool one. That one was really like all over the place compared to the first three, which you could kind of follow more clearly.
Yeah,
This
it
one
kind
was
of-
like, it had so many change-ups, really evolved.
It kind of kept the same like party-like energy the
Yeah.
entire time, though. It was very whimsical.
Yeah, I like this Spotify, like
Yeah, like
animation.
stars.
Stars and moons. Works, honestly. Like, yeah, that song had like this kind of like seaside party feel to it.
Yeah, yeah. The next track is Walker.
Walker.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I'm liking this rhythmic vibe.
Oh, it's like xylophone.
This album's way more island, way more coastal, and also at the same time it keeps like this really unique identity to it as well. It's like interesting.
Yeah, you can't really pigeonhole this music into a certain sound. It's just its own thing.
Yeah,
It's very easygoing, very
Yeah.
light. The drums are really straightforward.
yeah. I love that layer.
Boom.
The bass guitar line, yeah, that slide is so fun. This is a very walking pace song. Fits.
Trying to tie the track names to the song, other than Prester John. Cherokee, maybe?
Yeah,
Have been very hard.
yeah.
Like,
No Dragon Slayer came in.
yeah. Maybe if we read the lyrics. I love that one a layer they added there. They're kind of like. That track just flew by.
That was that was an incredibly fun track.
Yeah, that was really good. Had a good vibe to it.
It's not done.
Oh, okay.
We got a minute left.
What could happen then?
Ambient art.
vocals sound so canned.
That was really cool. Okay.
Yeah, that was really cool. That might be my favorite track so far. I was not expecting that last minute.
Yeah. We were like, okay, it's done, and then just never mind. The bass line in that was amazing. Like just the groove with all the instruments. Like it was just.
I love the start-stop feel of that.
Yeah, it's called Cherokee, which is interesting because, you know, with the album Arc and all of that, they were really inspired by Native American like culture and all of that. Kind of celebrated it with that album. This album definitely has a lot of like ambient sections to it.
Oh, I love the jazz drumming.
Like such a fun energy to it. Oh, this album just has such a fun energy to it in general.
In general. The harmony there is so interesting. It's like descending and descending at parallel, right?
Yeah. It's a very simple song.
Yeah, this is probably the most like easy listening so
Yeah.
far. Everything's very clear, like in the sound stage.
Except for like, there's a lot of like detail in the background that I'm probably just missing completely.
Yeah, but like the ideas at the forefront are like pretty easily communicated.
While being like straightforward or simple, this is not like a lucid song.
No.
by any means.
No, this has an underwater quality to it that the other tracks had too. Like, especially just in like the kind of like the main melodic instruments there. Like it's all so swimming.
Yeah.
It's probably got everything to say.
It's not like when you're like floating underwater, just looking at the top.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good way to describe it. You see this kind of light above, just
You're like, I have to go up above. I have to breathe at some point. But like I'm just.
but it's just calm, floating here. Yeah, this album makes me want to go swimming. But like out in like a tropical place, you know.
Generally, like ambient vocals and all of that give me a lot of nostalgia, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but for like going to like West Edmonton Water Park and like just the pop music playing over the speakers is like so drowned out by all the noise that it's like very ambient.
There's definitely a build up there. That was cool.
I think that's A.V. Terry singing.
Yeah.
It's like really almost whispered. It's really cool. If Animal Collective just released like an ambient album like this, like it'd be on constantly. That isn't to say this album won't be on constantly, but
There's a lot for your mind to latch onto with this music, right? It's like it's not simple. That was a cool track. I think that was like the first one that to me kind of felt its length a little bit.
oh, well, did it? Because it was 8 minutes long.
Wow. Yeah, that's the longest track so far.
That is the longest track.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
No,
it
I think
felt
that-
at length.
I think that it felt long. Like I think that there's a lot that went on, but it didn't. The other tracks, like suddenly it's like, oh, it's done. Like this one, I kind of could feel, okay, we've been in this track for a while, but I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, I definitely got more like Lock Raven kind of vibes from that one.
Mm-hmm.
That song was not very lucid. Like it was very
No.
hard to kind of latch onto.
That one was the most ambient one so far,
Yeah.
but really cool. Okay, so track 7 is called Passerby. Here we go.
Kind of reminds me of like Rosio, which I think is also 3/4 time and similar kind of waltz feel.
What was that?
Reminds me of like the Yee thing.
Yeah. That's what I love about anaphylaxis songs. They'll just be like this detail. It's just there once, and that's it.
I love the low bass line there.
It's like a toad.
Yeah.
The bass is so lucid, and then everything else is like.
What? It's because it doesn't have drums to hold it together, so it feels very ambient.
Like everything's floating.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that. There's the song title. Pass You By.
That ending like that was very similar to Burglars, or The Burglar on Painting With.
Oh, okay.
They end with essentially a very similar kind of harmony.
There's still 6 seconds left, actually.
Nice. Might be a transition.
Might be, but the next track's called We Go Back. Oh, there's a short track. 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
I feel like the last few songs were just like so.
The middle of the album was really
Peripheral?
like long, I feel.
Yeah.
That had the longer tracks. And
And
now
now
we're
we're
gonna
just like so peripheral that they're kind of just like going ahead. But like I'm sure on future listens I'll be like, this is my favorite song at some point. So.
Yeah. This one's very buoyant.
It's 11/8 time.
5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, what?
It sounds like 9/8.
There's like an extra beat there.
There is a beat, yeah. No. Okay, it's 9/8 or 10.
Yeah, it's 9/8 or 10/8.
We just keep changing it. So fun.
It's really throwing me off. I might even listen to the vocals.
Yeah. I love that like saw in there.
Whoa. We got like a spinning top sound. What is this? I'm really tripping out on this one.
This would have been a better video if we were like smoking weed while listening to this and reacting.
I mean, this is music like made for getting high.
Yeah,
you know, like
most psychedelic music is, especially this.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even be surprised if the band was like high when they made this. Yeah, that was a really trippy song.
It was even less lucid than the previous ones, and yet somehow it stood out more. It's really weird.
I think it's because like the trippiness of it was so strong. It was like intoxicating.
Yeah.
By the end, I was like, man.
Yeah. Also, just like so many details and like interesting instrumentation things that were there once and just never came back. That it's like I have to just.
This music's endlessly like layered.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like fractal.
Yeah, it's like fractal.
Okay, what's this one called?
Royal and Desire.
Ah, cool.
What a start.
Yeah.
Very
Wet.
wet. Also 6/8 time, but slow.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's a pretty simple chord progression. It's just 2 chords.
It's 2 chords back and forth, but it matches like the first 3 beats and last 3 beats in each measure, right?
Yeah, it's like a major tonic and then a minor supertonic.
Oh, it started to build.
Yeah.
The drums were so light at the beginning.
The energy's picking up, yeah. Oh, this is a different singer. This is the third singer. Not A.B. Terra Pandabear, but Monsters of
Deacon.
Yeah. This album's usage of like dynamics is just so.
There's a lot of like ebbs and flow, right, to each track. Like,
Yeah.
it never stays at one dynamic level. It's always kind of changing. Oh, I'm sad it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole album felt like you're like swimming in a warm ocean, right?
It's unfortunate that you'd never be able to listen to this song while swimming. I guess you could have it on a speaker while you're like swimming at night or something, but like, I don't know.
Underwater headphones. I wonder if those exist. What were your overall impressions on Time Skiffs?
Oh geez, it was almost an ambient album at many times. Kind of going into like it was obviously very psych rock influenced with a lot of its instrumentation and kind of production. Yeah, it was just not a lucid album. It was like your for one underwater, like you said, but also almost like a dream. Like it just went by, and I don't really remember much of it except for maybe the last like the melody of the last song. It's one of those albums that like while I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, this song, I love this song, and like get a lot of nostalgia for the last time. But then outside the album, you're like, I don't really remember that
What did
album
that
at all.
album sound like?
Yeah.
The vocals were almost always in the background for this album. There were very few moments where they were like in the forefront, kind of lucid.
Prester John was definitely the most lucid.
Yeah.
Song,
Okay, listening to this with headphones is going to be a different experience. It'll be really cool. But next time we're somewhere tropical, this album would be perfect for like just the trip. Yeah.
Also, if I ever start doing weed, this will be my. Well, I have a huge list of albums that I would listen to then.
Almost none of the songs were tied down, and the ones that were like still had moments where they just completely drifted off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothingness.
Also, just the rhythms, like the energy that was brought out just by the drums and the interplay of all the instruments in the rhythm was just like, oh, amazing.
Just of course, this is only first impressions, so this will change. But like, what were kind of your favorite tracks overall? Just looking at the track list.
Yeah, easy one is Dragon Slayer. I feel like
The first track's
energy was just supreme. I was almost like comparing, I like set the standard, and I was comparing most of the tracks, at least like subconsciously, to that song. And I feel like it was still my favorite. Prester John, just because I've listened to it so much, it's already grown on me, and so like that's big on there. There's a song, and I forget what it was, which is just wonderful. It had the bass line. I think Walker, actually.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
Walker.
Walker, yes.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I liked a lot of the second half the most because of I think it increased the ambience. The first few tracks were a little more like lucid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like the first half a lot, especially Prester John and Walker. Cherokee was, looking back, it was definitely the centerpiece. Well, thanks for watching. This is kind of a fun format. I feel like we should do more kind of like album reactions. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.